Okay, let's go ahead and start your coding video and go through the diagnosis answers. I'm going to start here with ICD-10 CM. The first thing we're going to go ahead and type in, I typed in the hypertrophy of tonsils, comma, and once you get down here, you have the tonsils, and you want to make sure that you include the adenoids. So your answer for this one should be J35.3. You can see we don't have anything else, not another digit, so that is number one. And you can see here too, I have an excludes note. So number two is the fibrocystic disease of the breast. I'm just going to start with fibrocystic. Okay, so then we have disease. So if we go down here, breast, and if I clicked on the cystic, that takes me to N60.1. And now I'm going to click on N60.1. All right. And with that, we don't know what breast it is. So we're going to have to go with the unspecified N60.19. Okay, go to the next one. Keep in mind you can pause this video at any time or you can replay it as many times as you want. We have mastoiditis and abscess. Okay, so with that, let's go down here to our mastoiditis. We do know it's acute, correct, and suppurative, but we do know it's with the subperiosteal abscess, which is right down here. Okay, so we have our main term, another main subterm, and then another subterm. So I'm going to go to H70.01, click on that, all right, and we don't know what ear. We don't know if it's right, left, bilateral, so we're going to go to unspecified. So number 3 is going to be H70.019 right here. Okay. All right. On to the next one. We have a hernia. This one can be a little tricky. And we know it's recurrent, inguinal, and it has gangrene. We got a lot going on here. All right. So we get to our section here. It's inguinal. Okay, and we know that it is recurrent, direct. Okay, so direct is a sub right here. It's a non-essential modifier, so it's included. Okay, so then we're going to go down to gangrene, and then you want to go to recurrent. So this takes care of everything. K40.41 should be your answer for this one. Okay. All right. Like I said, if you need these, go ahead and redo them. Go to the next one. We have infection, upper respiratory infection with influenza. I want to go infection. I'm going to go respiratory. Okay, so then I'm going to go down here and it says respiratory, and I'm going to go down to my subterms, and I'm going to go to influenza, upper. I'm going to click on that. Right? And with that, it's going to be J11.1. And there's not another digit behind that. So that's my code for that one. All right. Let's go to benign cyst of right breast. Cyst. And let's just go breast. I'm kind of seeing here. All right, so here we have a couple of different things with this breast benign. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on N60.0, and we know it's of the right breast. So my code should be N60.01. Okay, we're going to go on to the bunion next. We have a bunion of the right great toe. Put bunion, comma, toe. And with that, right here, I'm going to click on M21.61. See that little line right behind the 1? That's a dash. So we know we're going to have another digit. And we know that it's right. So my answer is going to be M21611. Okay, on to the next one. All right, we have a non-displaced abduction fracture, anterior acetabular column, subsequent encounter with routine healing. So we got a lot going on here. I'm going to go fracture, and okay, so I typed in fracture. Remember I talked about in class traumatic versus pathological. This one is not a pathologic fracture. It doesn't say anything in the description about bone disease, osteoporosis, anything like that. So I'm going to go fracture, comma, traumatic. And then as you can see here, abduction is in a non-essential modifier. All right, so then we know it's the acetabular. So right here, we go to the acetabulum. We know it's the column, right? So we go to column, and we know it's the anterior, and we know it's non-displaced. So we used everything in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on S32.436. And now I need to decide for that 7th character, it's going to be subsequent encounter for fracture with routine healing. So it's going to be 736.436D is going to be my code. All right, let's go to the next one. We have bronchioectasis. With acute bronchitis. So right there. So I type that in, I go down to acute bronchitis J47. All right, we're getting down there. The next one I have is a active peptic ulcer. I'm going to type in ulcer, and let's just go with peptic. Okay, so I have peptic ulcer, and we know that it is with hemorrhage, correct? Okay, so with that, it's acute with hemorrhage. Takes me to K27.0. Just going to tap onto that for the tabular, and that's my code for that one. All right, so let's go ahead to the next one, which is dementia. And we have agitation. Okay, so that one's pretty easy. If you typed in dementia common agitation, it should come up with F03911. All right, let's do our very last one for the video, and this is degeneration. I'm going to go with retinal. Okay, so we have retinal, and we know it's hereditary. So we go through here, and then it tells you to go through dystrophy, retina. So if I go there, it takes me to H35.50. All right, so that is the coding aspect. All right, for listening to this video, if you email me something that you learned, I will give you 1 point onto your homework.